Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers figure review. Continuing on with our Mega review in 3 parts now. We will now be doing the Mega review on all of my Titans Return figures. Some of these you will have seen before, like this one and this one. You've seen them before in an individual review. So those guys will be quick, as well as Blur and a few others also have individual reviews, but it's all part of the Mega review now. This is the one that has the most of my mistakenly wanting to paint figures when I went through that. So again, you're just gonna have to put up with it. My stupidity. I don't know what happened then, but I don't do it anymore. It was stupid, and you can't really sell them when they're like that, so not that I want to. But anyway, so yeah, let's just, I'm gonna pick a couple of guys and we're gonna get started. Alright, and first up in the Mega review for Titans Return, we are going to be looking at Blur and Brainstorm, because they share the same mold. So there you go, there is Blur. I did do an individual review on him. It looks good, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. It looks good, although I of course am a little impartial. I do like the new 86, Studio Series 86 Blur a little bit more. And there's Blur's Titan Master. I don't remember this thing's name. Big old face. Of course, the Titan Master can sit inside the cockpit. Come over here to Brainstorm. It is basically the same, just got a few extras on him, of course. Blur does have the same gun. I just don't know where I put it. But yeah. And of course, here is Brainstorm's little Titan Master. Pretty cool looking. So yeah, that's pretty much it for them in their vehicle modes. So I'm gonna get these two transformed into their robot modes. Alright, and here we have Blur and Brainstorm in their robot modes, and they look really good. Get a nice close-up on Blur for you here. Coming up to just there. Alright, now let me come up Brainstorm here. It's mostly the same, except for a little bit. They both do have the backpacks here that are completely detachable. They can also be little like sleds for their Titan Masters, which I don't really care about. And now let's run through their articulation. Okay, for the articulation, I'm just going to use Blur since they are the same figure. The head can go up that far, down not very much at all. Can go up all the way around. The arms can come up to about there before we're hitting things. Then the arms can come all the way around and can bend about there. Of course, you can also do that, and the hand can move if you need it to. The legs can do the splits about there, and we can also get the leg up to there the knee bend to there. And of course there is a pivot there. So pretty decent articulation in both Blur and Brainstorm. So yeah, that's Blur and Brainstorm for you here. Deluxe Class and the Titans Return. And that's all I got for these two. So let's move on to the next one. For the next segment, we're going to get small with 3 Legend Scale. We have Brawn, Bumblebee, and Sea Spray that are all Legend Scale in the Titans Return line. So let's take a look at Brawn here. Of course, I have done an individual review on him. You can check that out if you want to. Not one of my best reviews, but... Now let's take a look at the Bumblebee in his totally weird car mode. And let's take a look at the Sea Spray. Pretty nice looking. Pretty nice looking. But yeah, that's pretty much it for their vehicle modes. So I'm gonna get them all transformed and we'll take a look at them in their robot mode. Alright, so here we have Brawn, Bumblebee, and Sea Spray in their robot modes, and they all look pretty good. Bumblebee's a little chunky, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but Brawn and Sea Spray look excellent, I have to say. Let's get nice and close up on these guys. How about that? Really nice with the green. That face is nice too. Take a look at Bumblebee here. Good face, good face. I just wish he wasn't so chunky. That's really it. Of course, we have Sea Spray with his big old boots. Nonetheless, looks really nice. So with that out of the way, let's take a trip through the articulation for these guys. Starting with Brawn here, the head can move side to side if you get your fingers in there well enough. The arms can come up to about there. Nothing too spectacular. They can move around all the way if you want to. And you can get a nice elbow. No hand of any kind because the hand is molded in. The legs can go out to there. Not bad. And they can also go up to there and these to there, and these in quotation marks because they're part of the transformation, really, but that's how something this small gets knees. And of course, I should have showed this in vehicle mode, but you can open this and you can fit a Titan Master inside of there to ride along. Next up we have the Bumblebee. His head can go all the way around. It can go, doesn't move up or down though. The arms can move up like that if you really need them to. They can move, I'm gonna assume, all the way around, yep. And you get that. That's your elbow. The legs can come out to all the way, and they can move up to there, and the knees to there, and the foot moves per the transformation. Again, you can in vehicle mode have a Titan guy sit inside him. It's kind of complicated to get him in there, but you can. I'm not going to show that. And finally, we have Sea Spray here. His head does move side to side. These little things can move if you want them to. The arms can go out to about there. They can rotate all the way around. The legs can spread to about there. Can come up to about there and bend to about there if you really need it to. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my review here of our trio of Legends class guys. We have Brawn, Bumblebee, and Sea Spray. Now let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next stop on this ride, we have Titans Return Hot Rod and Cup. So here we are in their vehicle modes. Hot Rod is another unfortunate soul that got the... Brett wanted to stupidly paint this treatment. And as you can see... yeah. But here he is in his vehicle mode. And it looks like Hot Rod's vehicle mode, although, you know, I like the new Hot Rod better, not gonna lie. And here is Cup in his vehicle mode. Very Cup-like. This is the only version of Cup that I have. I did not go in on the Studio Series 86 version of Cup because I don't care about Cup all that much. Say what you want, but I just don't care about Cup that much. But anyway, that's it for their vehicle modes, so let's get these guys transformed and take a look at that. Okay, so there we have Cup and Hot Rod in their robot modes, and they look pretty good. I like his transformation of having the whole chest like collapse up in there. So let's take a look up and down each one here. Cup looks nice. Very greens and blues and grays and all that. He has his permanent like smirking face or whatever it is. Come over to Hot Rod here. As I had said, Hot Rod was the victim of me wanting to paint my shit, but hey, whatever. But Hot Rod looks good for what it is. Like I said, I still like the new 86 Hot Rod better. So, and now let's take a quick look at their articulation. Starting things off with Hot Rod here. His head will not move forward or backwards. You can go side to side a little bit, but not much. The arms can move up if you need them to. The elbows will bend to there. And of course you can do that with it if you want to. There's nothing in the hands, they just move inward per the transformation. You get a little bit of a crunch, or a little bit of waist rotation. It's very stiff. The legs can come out to there, pretty good. The legs can also pivot if you need them to. They can come up to here and bend down to there before you're hitting the pipes in the back. So not bad overall for the articulation. As for Cup here, he can look up a little bit, not really, can go all the way around. Arms can come all the way out. And we can go all the way around with his. The elbow, technically can do that per transformation. Nothing at the hands except moving or falling off. Anyways, you can move them inward, a la the or outward, whatever the fuck it is. He keeps falling apart on me. Yeah, outward. Okay. Anyway, his chest can pivot really well. Whee, whee. The legs can split like that. They can also rotate if you need them to. You can kick up to there. And knee bend to there. Nothing at the feet though. So yeah, there is the Deluxe Class Cup and Hot Rod from Titan's Return. That's going to do it for this segment, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for our next one, we're going to be taking a look at the Deluxe Class Chrome Dome and Hardhead. If you recall, I did talk about Hardhead in another video, but here he is again in his pretty cool looking tank mode. Kind of reminds me of the Scorpion from Halo. Come around on the bottom. Can see all that jazz. Pretty nice. And of course Chrome Dome here in his pretty cool vehicle. I like his little car mode. It's very nice. There he is. And yeah, that's pretty much it for their vehicle modes, so let's get them both transformed into their robot mode. Alright, so here we have Chrome Dome and Hardhead in their robot modes, and they look really good. Hardhead's still definitely one of my favorites. I love, I love the tank mode, and I love the robot mode, and the giant cannon, and all of that stuff. It's really cool looking. Let's take a good look here at Chrome Dome. Very nice looking, and we'll take a quick look here through Hardhead. Very nice looking. And now we'll go through the articulation on them. First up is Chrome Dome. So his head can move up a smidge, not really down, can go all the way around. The arms can come up to there, get it around the backpack. They can also move all the way around and can bend to there. Nothing at the hands, unfortunately. You do get a waist swivel. The legs will come out to there. And then the legs will go up to there, and knees to there. So not too bad articulation on Chrome Dome. Let's take a look at Hardhead here. His head will move up pretty good actually. Down. Alright, you can get it all the way around. You can move the cannon out the way here. The arms can come up to about there. Could probably wiggle up some more, but then you're kind of messing with the whole thing. Anyway, the arms can go all the way around. Can bend at the elbow there. You get a little swivel action there in the wrists. And of course he has his gun so he can pew pew anybody. You get no waist swivel action on him. The legs can move out that much. It's pretty good. Thing can come up to there and can knees to there and nothing at the feet. So pretty standard articulation, I would say, for a hardhead here. Pretty standard indeed. So yeah, that's it for this segment on hardhead and chrome dome. I like them both. My only complaint is the curved feet on here, the angled feet. You kind of have to get him standing a little weird to make him stay standing, so. But really nice figures nonetheless. And now, let's move on. Alright, and for this leg of the journey, we have a trio of flyers here. We have Slug Slinger, Highbrow, and Trigger Happy. And yes, these two got the paint treatment that I did, which I still horribly regret. And this guy's even broken. He's missing a rotor. So yeah, that's always fun. So let's start here. We have Slug Slinger, and I love this mode. I really do. This looks so cool. Like a two, I mean it's it's silly as all hell, but it's like a two cockpit jet. Just, I don't know, it's really cool. There it is. And then there's Highbrow here. And Beat to Hell. And Trigger Happy, which out of the three has my favorite of the jet modes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for their vehicle modes, so let's get them all transformed into their robot mode. Okay, so here we have our three guys here. Slug Slinger, Highbrow, and Trigger Happy. And if you didn't notice, Trigger Happy and Slug Slinger have the same legs and feet, but nothing else. But I definitely like them all. I wish I had clean copies of these two because I hate what I did to them too. I really fucking hate what I did to them. Anyway, let's get close-ups here. Starting with Trigger Happy. I hate the guys that I ruined. Going over to Highbrow. Looking very nice. And finishing off with Slug Slinger here. Very nice, very nice. And now we'll take a look through the articulation. Okay, so starting with Trigger Happy here. His head will go up and down a little bit. Can go all the way around, of course. The arms can come up to about there. And we get a complete rotation with those arms and the elbow to about there. And you can rotate it if you need to. One of my favorite parts with him is how you can use like the vehicle mode gun and just give him like a gun hand. Pew pew pew. That's pretty cool. But anywho, there is rotation there, should one need it. The legs can spread to all the way, dang. They can also come up to there, and these slash transformation joint to there, should you need it. He's got a lot of junk on his arms, so it makes posing him kind of a pain in the ass. Next up, we have Highbrow here. Highbrow's head is extremely loose, if you can't tell. I've had this for a while, so yeah. As for the arms are a pain in the butt because of the rotors on the back. You know, you can get a full rotation, you basically have to hold those rotors. The elbows to there, and not much for the hand. They can also come out like that if you need it to. No pivot in the body. The legs can come out to there. You can pretty much get a full split. The legs will also come up to about there, and knee slash transformation joint to about there. So not too bad, let's be real. And he does have his two guns here, which can form, you know, they can be put together if you need to. And lastly, we have Slugslinger here. His head can move there. Again, his head is also really loose, which became a constant problem with Titan's Return. Sometimes the putting the head on wasn't the strongest connection. But anyway, the arms can come up to there if you need it to, and that kind of looks weird. They can rotate all the way, and the elbows will go to there. Nothing hand-wise. You do get slight pivot there, not very much. The legs can splits all the way out, can come up to there, and will knee slash transformation joint to about there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this segment here on Slugslinger, Highbrow, and Trigger Happy. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, we're getting down to the final stretch here. This one we're going to be looking at the Deluxe class Scourge and Legends class Kickback. So here they are in their respective alternative modes. So let's take a look at Scourge's flying thing mode, which is kind of fun to be looking at this now, considering that I have recently picked up the Kingdom Cyclonus, and I want to say Studio Series 86 has a Scourge, but I haven't seen that one in store yet, so pretty nice, pretty nice. Take a look here at Kickback and his insect mode. It very much resembles this insect. I'm blanking on what the hell it's called. So yeah, there they are. That's pretty much it for their alt modes, so let's get them both transformed up. Alright, so here we have Kickback and Scourge, and they look pretty nice. Take a look here at Kickback. He does have pretty long, dangly arms. I'm not a fan of that, but I don't know. And looking at Scourge here, nice head. Down the bottom. He's got very big legs. But yeah, that's them in their robot mode. So let's take a look at the articulation.
Starting with kickback.
As you can see, his arm. Oh, you can't really move his head, unfortunately. The arms can only go to like there, so they get caught. And of course, you get about that at the elbows. And you can bring them out if you so desire to, about to there. His legs will come all the way out, full split. And then we'll go forward to there, and down, knee bend to there. So yeah, that's kickback. Of course, you can also move these. You can have them up if you want, have them out. Down is where I like to keep them though, because it creates a little more balance. Coming to Scourge here, his head can go up-ish. Not really, this does move, this little thing on his head. The arms will come up if you want them to. They will go, oh, nope, they'll go to there before they hit the back, because there's a lot of junk on his back. The bend is about there. Nothing at the arms, nothing, no waist movement of any kind. The legs will come up to there. You can get a full split. Then the legs will come up to there and bend to there. So yeah. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for Scourge and Kickback here. Really nice figures. And yeah. And now on to the final one. Alright, so for the final part of this, we have Deluxe Class Twinferno and Voyager Class Broadside. Twinferno does not stand, and I freaking hate that so much. I love that he's a two-headed dragon, but I hate it so much. He should stand like that. But there's also issues with the transformation around here, i.e. these bits don't stay together very well. And it really brings down the figure. Like, a lot of the tail, stuff will not hold together. And I hate it. I like this character. I'm into dragons, but, it just doesn't work very well. Take a look at Broadside in his ship mode, of course. So there he is. It's a very nice aircraft carrier. Very aircraft carrying me. But yeah. So that's it for them two. But I'm first going to put Broadside into his jet mode. So we'll transform him first. Okay, so I kind of forgot how to do the transformation into jet mode, so I had to look at a video, so I just cut to this. So here you go. That's Broadside in his jet mode. Have you never seen a jet like that? Me neither. It's crazy how god-awful and shit this looks. Oh my god. Whoever thought of this, you get points for trying, but this is awful. This is really awful. Alright, so now that that's done, let's transform them both into their robot modes. Alright, and here we have Twinferno and Broadside in their robot modes. They look pretty darn good in their robot modes, all things considered, I think. Especially this one. Like, ooh, that looks way better than your dragon mode. Just saying. Pretty nice looking, if I do say so. One of my feet things is loose. Like, they're supposed to clip in, even in this mode, but one of them doesn't. But it's fine. But yeah. And now, let's go over their articulation. I realize now that I did not have these clipped in just a second ago, but they're clipped in now. And let's get this guy's articulation done and out of the way. I'm sure you can imagine a big boy like this, you know. Head moves a little bit. Arms can come out. As such, they can move all the way around. You get about that much at the elbow. That's pretty good. You do have these little like wing things to have to contend with too sometimes, but yeah. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately. The legs will go about that far. Maybe if I move the wings you can get, yeah, you can get a little farther if you move the wings out of the way. They can go up to about there, and the knees to about there. So I would say pretty standard fair articulation for him, which is actually kind of a marvel when you think about it for such a big, chunky robot. Coming now to Twinferno. One thing I want to mention is that you can move the wings to be any way you want. If you want them to sit like that, you can. If you want to angle them, you can. If you want to have them straight back, you can. So yeah. Anyway, the head, little bit of movement in the head, not much. Can go all the way around. The arms can move up to about there. And with the, you get some weird bendage with the arms, honestly. You can kind of do that if you want. The dragon heads to open their mouths. You know, you can do all sorts of things when you have dragon heads as hands. The arms can come all the way around. No waist articulation, but the legs, once you move the front flap, legs can come all the way up, and knee bend to there. The feet can move per the transformation. And so yeah, that's it for my mega review for all of my Titans Return guys, and that finishes out with Broadside and Twinferno. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.